Now it's time to start the press conference. In October 6, 1973, the Yom Kippur War broke out, which triggered the first oil crisis, or what we called the oil shock, and it's 50 years since then. We were dependent on the oil from the Middle Eastern countries, but after the oil crisis, we tried to diversify the oil import, but somehow we backslid, and now we are importing over 90% of the oil from the Persian Gulf states. Today, we are excited to have two gentlemen. First, Mr. Koyama, Senior Managing Director and Chief Economist of Institute of Energy Economics Japan, and Mr. Hosaka, Board Member of IEE and Director of JIME Center, to discuss the historical implications and lessons from the first oil crisis and the energy security challenges Japan is facing today. As you may know, Mr. Koyama is an expert on the decarbonization, energy security, and energy issues of America, China, Russia, and the Middle East. He's a leading expert on the international energy affairs. In July this year, he received the OPEC Award for Researcher 2023. He became the first Asian researcher to receive this award. On the other hand, Mr. Hosaka is an expert on the modern history of Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states. He was former researcher of Japanese Embassy to Kuwait and Japanese Embassy to Saudi Arabia, and former researcher of Middle East Institute of Japan, former director of Cairo Research Station of Japan Society for the Promotion of Science, and former professor of Kinki University. Now he is the president of the Japan Association of Middle East Studies and a visiting professor of Waseda University. We are going to have presentations from Mr. Hosaka and Mr. Koyama from now for an hour, and we take questions after that, both from the floor and online. If you are online and you want to ask questions through text, you can do so from now. And lastly, I am presiding over this conference, and my name is Nobuhiko Degawa. I am the planning committee member of Japan National Press Club and executive commentator of NHK. Now, Mr. Hosaka, the floor is yours.